you do will be just right. And you will be respected by other people, honored by other people. People can depend on you. And your life will be much, much better. Because you are not violating any laws as a duty, obligation to do what is right and what is just, and forsaking what is unjust and so on. This is the actual practical way of making an offering to the Buddha. Everywhere is the Buddha. Law is the Buddha. Fellow beings are Buddha too. Parents are Buddhas too. Heaven and earth are Buddhas too. How can one Buddhist make an offering to the Buddha? Following these four fundamental principles of requiting the beneficence. I have an interesting story about one example of requiting the beneficence of heaven, and but I have no time, so I cannot do it. It's quite lengthy. It's an interesting story. Somebody, what is called the magistrate or the mayor dies after lingering disease and dies, and so dies, and then he goes to Hades, and there's a Maya, the Yama king, who judges whether, and somehow this magistrate had to see his own storage, and it was empty, while there's another one, the storage. So when you do something good in this world, there's in your other world where you are going to go there when you die. And it all depends on what kind of things you do. If you do one good thing, there will be one good thing stored in their storage, and so on. The point there is this: there's a boy who does odd jobs at the inn, and his storage was full of treasures and so on. When this man, the magistrate or the mayor, went down to his, but it was a mistake that. By mistake, the messenger of the Yama king, he brought this magistrate, so you have to return because it's not your turn. So what happens there is this, okay, why don't you do some good things to my, what is called the followers in the Hades, okay, Hades, on the world. But when he opened his storage, there's nothing. There's a story, but the point of the whole story is this. This man comes back, okay, after borrowing all those goodies from this boy's storage, and then he's, I'm going to pay back when I go back to the world. So he came back, and his family is, ready to funeral, but he's surprised to see this, magistrate came to life again. And he called the little boy and said he was, afraid of being punished because this magistrate used to incriminate the innocent, making, guilty of someone who is not guilty, and thereby, he took money, this magistrate. The point is this boy says, I don't know anything about that. I did help other people because I liked it. I didn't do it for reward. That's the main point. Just like they say, when you do good things to others, don't attach strings. If you attach strings like expecting, waiting for the reward, whatever you do, the good things wouldn't go to your storage in the other world. That's the point. It's a long, interesting story, but I cannot, say the whole thing. The main point just is that this boy, who was an uneducated, humble boy, but he had a heart of gold. He helped those poor people, and some diseased people come to the inn. Then sometimes he skipped his own meal and gave it to those people. Okay, and that's the way he accumulates merits, great merit. I hope the people and the Wall Street and other rich ones have a little bit of this sense, then the whole world will be different. Unfortunately, look at the world, greedy, also angry and so on. I hope that you got the message. What is the main message? One Buddhist ethics. We have a virtue ethics and a duty ethics, all put together in the fourfold beneficence, the way of requiting the fourfold beneficence. And that's your duty. If you don't do it, you are not a good Won Buddhist.